Well, well, well. And welcome to another day in the United States of hell where it's clear to see that a Zionistic pedo cabal is running our country. Yes, I said that with my full chest today because I've been perusing through those files and I've seen a few things and I'd like to talk about it, okay? Out on bail, Steve Bannon and the conversations between him and Jeffrey. Oh my. Yes, I've been perusing through those files today and I have a clue as to why the out on bail Steve Bannon is so very scared in so many ways and he don't want daddy to lose. He gets up there and tells you that every one of them would be in jail real soon if it wasn't for the orange dude. And this is absolutely true because those files have been on display. Well, they show all sorts of things from back in the day. Oh my goodness. Out on bail, Steve Bannon's got 1 foot in a cell today. And if you think he's not on bail, I just want to remind you, in February of last year, 2025, dear, out on bail, Steve Bannon pled guilty to fraud charges. He was sentenced to 3 years with a conditional release, dear. So yes, he has 1 foot in a jail cell today. And if the foreign countries start to view these conversations between him and Jeffrey, well, it will be 2, baby. He will be arrested internationally. Now, I don't have all the notes for you today, but I want to go through a few things that him and Jeffrey had to say that prove that the orange dude is lying in the most fabulous way. And it also proves there's some treason at play and that he colluded with Jeffrey to get the orange dude elected, control the orange dude, and pick Supreme Court justices too. Along with all sorts of other things in the financial sector, boo. There's so much shit in there between him and Jeffrey that, baby, charges should be on the way for Stevie any fucking day. From almost any country across the goddamn way. One of the things I learned in those files is that Bannon no longer identifies as a Christian, baby. A Zionist, TV. Yes, one of the conversations between him and Jeffrey. And Jeffrey let Stevie know that you're no longer Judeo-Christian, just Judeo. And, well, Steve Bannon said, yes, I'm a Zionist without the Christian part, baby. I love being, you know, an honorary Zionistic Jew with you, Jeffrey. Another thing that I learned in those files is that even though that big backbone spurred a bit that he be the comatose come-over orange daddy tries to claim that he was not friends with Jeffrey, you know, for 15 years, honey, I just want to remind all of you that out on bail, Steve Bannon was the orange dude's special counsel and advisor to his first go-round in White House Town when he just so happened to be very close with Jeffrey. And conversations between Steve and Jeffrey prove that Daddy was still very tight with the Jeffrey dude. As a matter of fact, in one conversation, Jeffrey straight up asked Steve Bannon, when Donald comes, can he bring Celine, our mutual girlfriend? That conversation happened in 2018. Daddy was visiting with Jeffrey in 2018, and Jeffrey wanted to make sure that Steve passed the message along to the orange horde to bring their mutual girlfriend, Celine. Uh-oh, you don't fucking say. My, oh my, another lie from the fucking orange guy. Yes, I learned a whole lot of things, dear. I learned that Jeffrey Epstein, the convicted pedophile that he be, wanted Brett Kavanaugh to be on the bench at SCOTUS, honey. So what he did was he reached out to Steve and told Steve what Steve needed to do was contact Ted Cruz and Cotton, too, to convince the orange dude to appoint the Kavanaugh dude. And then 3 days later, after that conversation with Jeffrey, what did Orange Daddy do? That's right. He appointed Kavanaugh to the bench, baby. So, even if you don't want to believe today that the orange hoe's a pedo in any kind of way, you can very much safely say that an actual pedophile was making decisions for our country the first time the orange whore was running our country into the fucking ground. Pieces and shit all over the floor. My oh fucking my. I thought they weren't friends. I thought Daddy was the real man running the show, but turns out he's just a puppet and a fucking hoe who is being controlled by Steve Bannon and Jeffrey Epstein. Do you remember when Daddy Dumpy Pants, his first go-round in White House Town, decided to push Steve Bannon to the side? Yeah. After about a year of Banyan being up there, being Daddy's special counsel and advisor, he got in a bit of trouble, you see. He said some things that were construed to be anti-Semitic, baby. Well, not really construed. They were just straight up anti-Semitic. And this wasn't a good look for the Republican Jew. And we were told that was why Stevie was pushed away. But that's not true. No, there's conversations between Stevie and Bannon that prove that the real reason the orange dude tried to push him away wasn't just about the optics of the day, but Daddy started to feel like he was actually being played. His paranoia was on full fucking display. Yep, learning so many things. But anyway, there's a few countries out there that I think should look into the conversations today between Steve and Jeffrey, because over here we're going to let these pedos and the Zionists continue to run our country straight into the ground, honey. We're not going to do anything that should be clear for anybody to see today, but there's an abundance of proof that Steve Bannon, while he was special advisor and counsel to the President of the United States, committed treason. Abundant amount of proof. All you have to do is read it. That's it. It's all there. It's all there, dear. And for the Red Hat crew that thought, Steve Bannon was a Christian, boo, sorry. He considers himself a Zionist Jew. Once again, he fucking played all of you. Oh, my. But I'm going to say it again. Foreign countries, every last one of you. I'm serious, boo. Everybody in the Eastern Hemisphere. Look into the Bannon dude. You can file charges real fucking soon.